that was Circus Rack by Cecilia and McDowall, the C2 piece of the ABRSM Grade 2 Flute exam pieces from 2022. Having a quick look at the piece, we can see that the time signature is 4/4. Now that means there are 4 crotchets in a bar, the top 4 referring to the 4 count and the bottom 4 referring to them as being crotchets. Moving on to the key signature, we don't see any sharps or flats there, so if there are no accidentals in the piece, then this would be a C major. However, we do have accidentals in the piece, and there's quite a lot of them. We've got the D sharp, the F sharp, the G sharp, and the B flat. However, none of them is actually permanent. Some of them turn up sometimes and some of them don't. So I think this piece is mostly going to be in A minor, mostly from the melodic, because we can have F sharps and G sharps there. And the B flat and the D sharp are just the flares that helps make the music more interesting. Onto the fingering of the F sharp, we have thumb, first finger, second finger and third finger on your left hand. On the right hand is fourth finger and pinky. Then G sharp, which is everything on our left hand, and then just the pinky on your right. Then the D sharp, which is everything on our right hand, and left hand is thumb, third finger and fourth finger. And then the B flat, where we have thumb and first finger on the left hand and first finger and pinky on the right hand. Now all of those accidentals only appear in one register, so you just need to know one fingering for them. So for the A minor, I'm going to show you the A melodic minor, which for grade 2 you need to know for 1 octave. You have the choice of natural, which is no accidentals throughout, harmonic, which has the sharpened 7th, or melodic, which has the sharpened 6th and 7th going up, but flattened and is a natural minor coming down. So here's the A minor. Onto the instructions of playing and the speed, where we get crotchets equal 132 beats per minute, so that's about this kind of speed. And the instructions of playing is jocoso, which means lively and humorous. So this is going to be helped by the rhythm itself, which is syncopated, and I'll talk a bit about that a bit more in the details, and the staccatos as well in this piece. Now this piece is in ternary form, also known as the ABA form. Now the A section, the first A section has 2 phrases. The first being in bar 1 to bar 4. And then the second phrase being from bar 5 to bar 8. And then we come on to the B section, which again is built on first 2 phrases. The first one being from bar 9 to bar 12. And then the second phrase from bar 13 to 16. Coming back to the A section, where both phrases are slightly different to the first time you play them, but the basic structure of the phrase is still the same. So here's the first phrase of the second A section. And the second and ending phrase. Now let's have a look at the technical aspects of the piece. Let's firstly talk about syncopation. I mentioned this at the overview of the piece. We can actually see this at the start of the piece in bar 1, where we have a rhythm, where we have quaver, crotchet, quaver, crotchet. Now what happens is that the arrangement of this means that the second and third note doesn't line on the beat. Instead, it goes on the and beat. So if we count slowly, we're going to get 1 and 2 and 3, where we only get back onto the beat on the fourth note. So let's do that again. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So quickly on the demo on the flute, just to make sure that you are slurring the first two notes in bar 1 and bar 2, and also we are looking out for any accidentals where we have a D sharp in here. So on bar 3, where you have a very similar rhythm to bar 1 and 2, except that at the end we carry on playing with a crotchet. Now these are staccato crotchets, so we need to play them lightly, and also we have a 3-beat note on bar 4. We're also coming in with an F sharp now on bar 3. So we also need to be careful of when we're coming in back onto bar 5, because while we're playing bar 4, the 3-beat note and the rest, the piano is doing this. Ba 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 bum, and that F bum is where we're coming on with bar 5. Now bar 5, the rhythm is exactly the same as bar 3. This time we don't have the F sharp, we have the G sharp instead. And also on bar 6, we now have a slightly different rhythm where we have 4 quavers, but the last quaver is tied to the crotchet on beat 3. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and rest 4 and. So here is coming in from bar 5, where the piano starts playing from bar 4. And then onto bar 7 and 8, where the rhythm is really simple, where it's just 8 quavers on bar 7. Just need to look out for the F natural now. We are also slurring 2 quavers, 2 tongue quavers, 2 slurred quavers, 2 tongue quavers. And then then we have a rest, and then on bar 8 we have 2 slurred crotchets, but the second crotchet has a staccato. So what we need to do is when we're slurring and ending, we're going kind of lightly and higher in terms of musical terms. We're just kind of like doing that little lift at the end. So here's a demo from bar 7 to 8. The second section starts in MF, so we are slightly quieter than we were in forte at the piece. Nothing too crazy with the rhythm here from bar 9 to bar 12. The only new rhythm we have here is in bar 10, but that's quite simple. It's just crotchet, minim, crotchet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In bar 9 we have D sharps, and also remember that the last D sharp here is sharped as well. The sharp carries on until the end of the bar. And also in the bar 11 we have a G sharp as well. The rhythm in bar 13 to bar 14 is very similar to what we have in bar 6. The only difference is now there are notes where the rest were. We now have either quavers or being crotchets. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for bar 13. And then for bar 14, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Starting from bar 14, we have a crescendo into the forte in bar 16. So we're just going to go louder. Now, in both bar 12 and bar 16, going back a little bit, where after we start playing the 3-beat notes, the piano is going to play in crotchets. This is going to help us count when we're going to come in. After here we hear those. So here's a demo with bar 10 to bar 14 with the piano. You can hear the ba ba bum on the A, and we're going to have something similar on bar 16 as well. Onto the final section, where it's taken a lot of the same from the first section, but we have minor differences. We are now on mezzo forte, so we're slightly quieter immediately after the forte where we're in bar 16. bar 17 to 18 is similar to bar 1 and 2, except that we now have notes where the rest were. We have an E on bar 17 and an F sharp in bar 18. Now these crotchets are also staccatoed as well. And then on bar 19, instead of having a C and a B in bar 3, we're now having an A and a B flat. We're going to get the same piano transition here in bar 20 as we had in bar 12 and bar 16. On to bar 21, again we have very minor differences to bar 5 and 6. The G sharp and A crotchet and quaver is now a B and a C in bar 21. And bar 22 we just have added an A note where the rest were in bar 6. Now bar 23 has exactly the same rhythm as bar 3, but now it's a scale coming down from the F note down to a B. And then we're going to end the piece with an octave jump on a C note from minim to a staccato crotchet. Now we also have been crescendoing ever since bar 21 from the MF where we were onto the forte. So you can really emphasize that last note being a forte. And that's the end of the piece. But that was the tutorial of the C2 piece. This piece is very fun to play with its syncopation once you get over the rhythm. There are a bit of accidentals, but it really adds to the Circus feel with kind of some cheeky steps here and there. It's on a good pace, so it's not too fast, and there isn't too much dynamic changes to worry about. Hopefully that was useful to you. I'll be finishing off the grade 2 pieces and starting on the grade 3 pieces soon. Give a like and subscribe if you like what I did here. Put a comment down below if you want me to go over anything specific or you want to share your own tips and tricks with listeners. And I'll see you next time in the next video of Master of None. Bye!